better than yours. That's because we filled it. Home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to fucking Haiti. Sorry.
Family friend.
I'm thinking about our friends in Ohio who've been dealing with these TPS Haitians for years now, who are drunk.
Now, I know this is a little racist. Okay. I know it's a little racist coming from her. Okay. But, you know, I'm black and I kind of voice the same opinions. Maybe I wasn't assertive and nasally with my response, but I'm just telling you this is how a lot of Americans feel. I'm not saying all. Okay. But coming from her, it's racism, right? I try to talk to you, okay, and explain from a black consciousness understanding, but it's still the same thing. Okay. Now she's dropped a few more F-bombs than I did. Somebody type family friendly in the chat room. But again, I want the immigrants who are listening to this to understand, what if a bunch of people came to your country, committed crimes, took resources, and you say, oh, you want us here. We're just here for an education. We know, but you're here and you're crowding up roads. It's housing issues because you need somewhere to stay. Your children enter into our schools. And I know it's a free education, but it's really not free because you're looking at dozens and dozens and dozens of years of Americans, maybe hundreds of years of Americans paying taxes so that we could have those nice schools. So when you show up in, 2012 or 2014 and drop your child off in that school, the school's already been paid for by our tax dollars. So the same kids that will start the school on the year your kids start school, their parents have already paid. So we've already paid it forward, but then you come in and jump in line. Again, I'm very understanding. I am a kinder, gentler podcaster. Somebody type kinder, gentler. I am a kinder, gentler podcast than this young lady here with the nasally voice, who you all know as Megan Kelly. I'm going to go ahead and let her finish, and then we'll try to come in and soften it up a little bit. And I know it sounds harsh, okay? But, you guys don't, we're dirty black Americans. You didn't want to listen to us, so you can listen to Megan Kelly.
Drunk driving all over their towns and killing people. This is the whole cats and dogs thing. Like, they don't want to live like Americans live. And this was supposed to be it was supposed to be temporary help. And it's turned into another backdoor way of allowing someone permanent residency here. And they take advantage of all of our public services. And
yeah, I know. It's easy to dismiss stuff as racism. It's very easy. And in this particular situation, maybe it's a little racism in there. I don't know, maybe a little bit. I'm not saying because, the South Africans, they want to bring them over here. But, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, probably. But the bottom line is that Megan Kelly is conveying the point that a lot of Americans feel. Okay. I mean, but here's the thing, it wasn't always like this. Things were different. A president that I grew up with, many of you may know, we call him Rappin' Ronnie. He had some things to say about
I know that most Americans are immigrants from other countries.
Go home. Get out. Go back to Haiti. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to go back home now.
Some of you came from places that sadly have not known freedom and liberty. Some of you have come from places that don't offer opportunity. And some of you have no doubt come here for a new start, to wipe the slate clean and begin your life anew.
Now look, I just want to point out something. There's a recorded conversation by the FBI between Nixon and Reagan, and he was clearly racist. He was saying all kind of stuff about black people. So he's clearly racist, okay? But even here, you don't like Reagan, fine, but at least it wasn't to the point where he was exploding on people, saying, get out of here, blah, blah, blah. I get that. So let somebody type kinder, gentler in the chat room.
These strike me as all good reasons.
We're sick of all these illegals taking over our country. Get out. Go home. We don't want you. Sorry, but we don't.
50 million.
Now, again, you would think, okay, Black Americans would take offense to that. But remember, you all have referred to us as dirty Black Americans. Okay, I just want you to understand that. All right, this little nasally voice lady is saying, you know, basically, TPS, get out of here, go back to your it whole countries, and Black Americans are not coming to your aid. And the question we have to ask ourselves is why? Why are Black people not standing on business, okay, and saying, hey, these people are Black too? Well, you know, again, I showed you a couple of videos. You can't go around calling people mean names and think they're gonna come to your aid. Shout out to Fuquan. I'm just pointing that out. All right, I just want to lay that out there. Let's finish listening to Megan.
Immigrants came to this country in the last 200 years. Some of the most recent have crawled over walls and under barbed wire and through minefields. And some of them risked their lives in makeshift boats.
We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values.
America has drawn the stoutest hearts from
I want
every...
to point out something. Immigrants always say America was built by immigrants. America was built by settlers and slaves, okay? An immigrant is somebody who shows up to a country after the country is already built and defended and established. Then you immigrate to a country. This country was founded by settlers and slaves, okay? And slaves are not immigrants, they are imports, okay? That's what I just want. I want to point that out to you. So when people say this country was founded or built by immigrants, it was already built when the immigrants got it. They helped maintain it, they helped develop it, they added on to it, but the country was already established. Let's keep listening.
corner of the world, from every nation of the world. And that was lucky for America.
You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it.
To urge you to remember, as they did, the land of your birth. Bring to us its culture and its heritage. We don't reject them, we need them. They enrich us.
No, we don't want all those cultures, Reagan. We don't want all, some of those cultures are bad. I don't know if you've been watching a lot of these podcasts. We don't want some of the stuff from some of these other cultures. I'm just gonna point that out to you. We like how things are. We don't need any addition.
Half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you.
You know, every now and then academics talk about assimilation and how our various ethnic groups have, with time, dropped their ethnicity and become more American. Well, I don't know about that. Seems to me that America is constantly reinventing what America means. We adopt this country's phrases and that country's art, and I think it's really closer to this truth to say that America has assimilated as much as her immigrants have. It's made for a delightful diversity, and it's made us a stronger and a more vital nation.
Americans live a certain way. We have certain cultural norms that we abide by.
They gave us their traditions, they gave us their words, they enlivened the national life with new ideas and new blood.
We've been flooded with immigrants who have nothing in common with us, and they need to go back home.
At the very
Yeah, I mean, so you get the point. Shout out to Fuquan. You get the point that Megan Kelly is saying now. She's definitely, she has a strong opinion about this, and she voices the frustrations of many Americans.